I'm Lacey. I am a hairstylist, but most importantly, I am a human just like you. I'm about to get real deep with you guys. I'm about to get real raw and real vulnerable. So get ready. About 6 weeks ago, I decided to make a radical change in my life. I was going through some stuff that was really bringing me down to here. And as humans, life is an emotional roller coaster. There's always ups, there's always downs, and it always goes back up, right? I was real down, and I decided to make a radical change to find myself. I didn't really know how that was going to be. I didn't really know how I was going to find myself, but I knew that I needed to find myself because I lost my identity. I woke up, looked in the mirror, didn't know what my purpose was, didn't know what my mission was, and I needed to find that for myself. First thing I decided to do was just go ahead and delete all the social media apps off my phone temporarily and basically not really look at my phone other than for necessity or business. After I did that, it was rough. The first 3 days, I was bored out of my mind. I was lonely out of my mind. I didn't have anybody to text. I didn't have anybody saying, "Good morning. How's your day? What are you up to?" I didn't have any of that. It was just me, just me. And it sucked. And I was sad and depressed and I cried a lot. But after the third day, I started picking myself back up. I started getting more clear thoughts. A lot of stuff started pouring into my brain that was not there before. A lot of like creative juices started coming out and a lot of like inspiring things started coming to my brain. And I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. One of the things, the epiphanies that happened in my brain was, what if we lived our day with intention? And what I mean by that is not fly by the seat of your pants, whatever happens, happens, because your girl has been living her life like that for 35 years. And I'm tired of it. I want to live my life with intention. I want to live my life the best that I can. And I want to be a positive influence for people as much as I can. And I couldn't do that where I was before then. So I had to go in here, in deep into myself to find that. One of the things that kind of came to me was like, what if we lived our day with intention and we focused on the 3D and what was in front of us in the right now and not what's in the past, what's in the future, what's going to happen next week, this or that, just right here, right now. When I mean the 3D, I mean like literally my 3D right now is this. I'm alone in my apartment right now talking to you guys. This is my 3D. And I decided to give every single person that was in my real life in the now my complete and undivided attention. And when I say that, I mean literally my undivided attention. Whenever I was talking to them, I was not thinking about my bills or what I need to do tomorrow or why this didn't work out last week or, why I don't have this or why I don't have that. It was all about them. I was pouring myself into them, giving them my undivided attention. This even includes people that you pass on the street, people that you go to the gas station and you check out and you see the person checking you out, treating everybody with respect, making eye contact, smiling, trying to make everybody's day that I come into contact with, and giving off my positive energy to everybody. Whenever I did that and committed to that, it was crazy. It literally changed my life. It changed the people's life in front of me because they felt seen, they felt heard, and they could feel the energy that I was giving to them. And we had great positive conversations. And every day that I, went to bed that night and went over my day, it was like, whoa, like I had a great day. I had great conversations. I had great people in my life, and good things started happening to me around me. I've always struggled with being alone. I've always been very codependent in my life. And I'm admitting that to you guys because this is raw, this is real. And I've always been that way. And that is something that I discovered that I have been that way. And I decided to look inward to try to figure out how I could do that for myself. Because honestly, to be in love, you have to find yourself first because, you could say you're in love with someone, but deep down, if you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? I started changing up the music that I listened to more like positive, you know, not even lyrical music, just like chill, like high frequency vibe music, just to like chill out and calm my nervous system. I started drawing, painting, learning how to play piano, keyboard, journaling, listening to audiobooks, podcasts, meditating, writing down my goals and dreams. And in the end, I found myself and I found out what my goals are. I found out what my mission in life is. I found out how to regulate my nervous system. You know, whenever something bad happens and we immediately get that feeling in the pit of our stomach where you feel like it's the end of the world, you're hyperventilating, you're crying, tears are pouring down your face, you feel like you can't move, you're paralyzed, and it feels like it's the end of the world. It's only temporary, but it sucks. But there's ways that you can regulate that. There's ways you can regulate your nervous system and calm yourself down to where it doesn't feel like it's the end of the world, which is crazy because I never knew that. I want to share with you guys a couple of books that kind of guided me along the way. This one here is one of my favorite books. If you could read it in a day or two, tiny. It's called Don't Believe Everything You Think. Why Your Thinking is the Beginning and End of Suffering. And I'm just going to tell you the synopsis of this book in a few sentences, just so you can know, okay? There's two different things. There's a thought, and then there's thinking, right? When you have a thought, it pops in your head. It's just a thought. And then there's thinking about the thought, right? Thinking about the thought is what drives us crazy. It's what gives us depression and makes us go psycho and overthink things. And you can have a thought but not have to think about it. Did you know that? Like, did you know you can have a thought and not have to think about it? And when you read this book, I'm telling you, you're literally going to be like, "Whoa." That's what this book is and how you can do that. That's the first one I read, literally changed my life. This one's a little deeper and darker. And when I say darker, I mean it's called a shadow work journal. This is going to make you go through your life, answer the hard questions that maybe you don't want to talk about. Once you do this book, this journal, you're going to realize why you do the things you do and how to not do those things that might be harming you mentally. With all that being said, I really just wanted to share my experience with you guys because I felt alone during this. I felt so alone. And I know I'm not alone in this. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, who goes through this. We all do because we're all humans. And if I can share my experience and how I got out of the hole and into what I am today within 6 weeks, it's still a journey. It's still a process and I'm still working on it. But if I can share and help at least one person, then it's worth it to me. Because the way your feelings and your emotions feel like it's the end of the world, but I'm here to tell you that you can control those and not let it run your life. And you can actually turn them around into positive thoughts and it'll actually make your life better. When you start changing your thought process, your whole life changes. You get on a different track. Your mind changes. Your creativity changes. Everything changes and a door opens up to a whole nother existence that you don't even know that can be accessed. And if I can help anybody, just delve into it a little bit and maybe help somebody a little bit, then it's worth it to me. If y'all have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm here. I care about everybody and I just want everybody to be happy. I want the world to be happy and I want everybody to just come together and just be friends and talk. Because at the end of the day, life should be fun and you shouldn't have to be stressed out and depressed. Life's too short. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk.